All right, so sorry guys, I got disconnected. So welcome to Forex Chart Analysis. It's August 14, 2018. For some reason, it stopped recording. It is what it is. I'm fast forwarding, kind of go through this so that we can make up the lost time that just happened. But my four favorite pairs are Euro USD, Gold, GU, and AU. We're looking for pullbacks on these. All of them have been dropping for a while. They're due for a pullback, and there's a lot of news tomorrow because it's Wednesday. There's a lot of volatility in the market, so get used to something happening. What I was saying right before we got disconnected was that Euro USD has been dropping. It completely dropped last night. EU dropped. Gold dropped after it pulled back a little bit higher. AU dropped and GU dropped. So we had all those pairs in, and I think EA dropped too. I said to sell it right on the live analysis, I believe. So if you got that, awesome. Not so cool. You guys are learning. But like I was saying, Euro USD, it's been dropping for a while. Dropped last night. We're looking for this thing to eventually shoot up. We need a pullback. It's been dropping for a while. It broke new lows. It's due for a pullback to form that new lower high. And what it's doing right here is it's diverging shit on the 4 hour. I just showed previously. So let me guys go back. I'll show you. The divergence starts on the 4 hour, becomes more clear on the 1 hour. And what I'm saying is, what I think is going to happen is it's going to form an inverted head and shoulders. You have the left shoulder here. You have the head forming right here. It's going to be a nice W. And if it does what I think it's going to do, you'll see it shoot up tonight, break that 1 hour catch up, which is the 15-minute water, consolidate down, bounce off of that retest on that zone where the left shoulder was bounced, and it will break that water officially. You'll see a nice push up come Thursday, Friday. I think this week is just all pullbacks. We're just waiting for that nice reversal for this thing to eventually shoot up. Now, if you're trying to be precise with it, obviously you guys know what I'm talking about when I look at these pairs is you're not supposed to trade a reversal unless it breaks that water. Now, if you're doing intraday trading with a 15-minute, that water or that catch up here on the 1 hour is technically the 15-minute water. So if you want to get in for like a short-term buy, the highest you're going to is here. After it breaks that water, do not trade this unless it breaks that water. If it breaks the water, it consolidates, and the RSI looks good, it's above the stationary 50, it's all good, then you can look for that next buy up towards that 144, 200 EMA. That's the 1 hour water. Now, long-term, if you're trying to look for safety, what I need you guys to do is to wait for it to break that 1 hour water, break through it, hypothetically going over here, bounce off of it, and then go up to the next EMA for the overall pullback, because that Mayo on the 1 hour is the 4 hour water, which is the perfect pullback. Especially after it breaks a new low. That's the first EMA it's going to touch. So we're looking for this thing to shoot up to that EMA and eventually see this inverted head and shoulders. Now gold dropped, but it didn't really form the head and shoulders that we wanted. It's forming a nice big time W. And gold is a very technical pair. You guys have been trading gold for a while. You know that when it does a double bottom like this and breaks new lows, technicals say that this thing's supposed to rise. It's divergent as fuck. You have price going up from the extreme oversold, and you have price literally hitting a stagnant wall. A perfect W setup. So, with that being said, let's look at the 1 hour. Now, I don't necessarily like to tell people to take the trade before the water, but the gold, like I said, is a very technical pair. So, like, you can probably find a nice entry on gold for this. For sure, if it breaks that 15-minute water, buy it. Because the first area it's going to come and retest, guys, is that first zone / support zone that it actually just broke. So about here. And if you take this, you can also do a supply and demand zone. Right here. Notice how valid it is. It's gone up from the bottom of this wick to the top of that candle, comes across, it's been holding it ever since, and then finally broke through it last night. We're going to see this, or 2 nights ago. It's going to come back, possibly shoot up that water. If it doesn't break that water, it'll drop. If it breaks the water, it's going up to the next supply and demand zone / resistance zone, and it will come down and retest again. That's what we're going to look for on gold. GU, continued downtrend. Just as predicted, it's been dropping. And I think it's, dude, I'm looking at this weekly, or the daily, sorry. Weekly looks like it's going to keep dropping a little bit, maybe down towards that recent weekly low. The daily, it's in the oversold, but there's nothing forming it. So this thing is still valid on this time frame for a continued drop. 4 hour, it's not even divergent. It's divergent right here, okay? This is where GU gets a little crazy. It's divergent right here, and this thing could shoot right up tonight. So it might not go along with the inverted head and shoulders, where the technicals of a nice W, but depending on that news in the morning, if this pair is going to do what I think it's going to do, we should see a nice shot up like this. Boom. because GU likes to throw a lot of divergent M's and W's. It rarely throws head and shoulders. It will throw divergent M's and W's. So there will be nice railroads. Hence, that's why you'll see the nice railroads on the higher time frames. Those railroads are either overall bigger head and shoulders, or they're divergent M's and W's, which we all know that's going to happen. So look for this thing to be a short-term buy up to that 4-hour water as predicted. What else? One more. Let me see the 1 hour. Water, you obviously, if you want to be, catch like 50 plus pips, wait for it to break that water, come across, and then obviously shoot up to this previous zone. Right about there. So, 15. Yeah, G is throwing a nice little W right here. Look, even this part of it, this could actually be like an overall head and shoulders that looks ugly on the 15 minute, but it's divergent here in the 15 right now. Probably going to shoot up over the next hour or so, or the next couple hours. It's going to shoot up to this EMA, consolidate just like it did on this side right here, and you'll see that shot up. So it should be pretty good. AU is continued. I think we only had the thing. I said, if anything, look for the continued drop on AU. Most of all, it would probably be shot up towards the water on the 1 hour, which is the day on the 15. It did not do that. It rode the 15-minute water, and it continued to drop. Now, it wasn't really divergent in a way, but everything else was kind of making the move. If you actually look at all this, it actually, was there news this morning? I can't even tell. They all moved at the same time. So there's definitely some news this morning. Just got to be waiting for all this. I still expect this to kind of shoot up as well. Same principles as the other pairs. It's still divergent as shit on the hour and the 4 hour, I believe. But this thing looks like it actually could shoot. See, this is where it gets me confused. I might have to hold off on AU right now, because this actually looks like, because the volatility are so wide open, this still looks like this thing could shoot down, which gets me questioning as if, is this going to straight drop, or is all the other pairs going to shoot up then straight drop for a crazy midweek reversal? It could be a lot of volatility tomorrow. The only way this would be valid is if somehow, some way, this 20 minutes, or technically 5 minutes, the only way this divergence would be valid is if it shoots up. All right? If this news shoots price up in the next 5 minutes, upwards of, well, technically over the next few hours, and it shoots it up for a big engulfing pattern, or couple or 3 candles of straight rise, you'll probably be looking for a reversal back up. So they've probably been just kind of pushing, trapping some more traders to shoot them up, hit their stop losses, and then come right back down with the ultimate trend. So be careful. Chief. Ooh, it's starting to get there, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Let me redraw this. I'm trying to draw this accurately. So the one thing, I mean, I haven't really been touching you, Chief, and I hope none of you have either. This thing is going to be shooting up eventually. This is what we overall predicted. Because all the other pairs are continuing to drop, this is going to be a shot up rise. So if this news is as powerful as I think it is, shit, all the technicals that I just said on every other pair could actually be shit on, for lack of better words. This thing might skyrocket, because notice how this is all pretty much just consolidating. It hasn't been doing shit. I think this pair has been saving up for the next push up, which is going to be happening in New York session time. So if this happens, that means the USD is technically weakening, and you're going to see a drop in all these pairs, a continued drop. So I honestly play the technicals up until that time, unless you like to trade news and you don't want to trade anything else. But just be ready, because these could actually continue depending on how strong the news is, and it's retail. Might not be that strong, so I'm just letting you know. I'm just kind of giving you that fair warning. UJ, I think we had this thing for a continued rise last night. Yeah, we did. So last night here, it shot up. I said the only thing I could do is either come right back down to retest that low, or what I ended up going with was it was consolidating up here. It's above the stationary 50, and we were waiting for it to come up and make a new high. So that's what we were kind of looking at. So if you grab that pip, grab those pips, good shit. not, it is what it is. We still got plenty of time. There is no divergence. I don't really see anything else. And it's also USD JPY and there's USD Chi. So I think this thing is going to continue up. So for you, Jay, keep buying it. Keep buying it. Nothing telling me, yeah, this thing's going to be a straight shot. Keep buying, UJ. Do not sell it. Do not fucking sell it.
What level do you think it's going to hit?
What?
What level do you think it's going to hit?
Safety precaution. I don't know. Let me see this. I don't really care for that much on this pair. So you can do. Trying to be safe. You could do from here to here. You could probably do this zone. That would be your safety zone. Or about this zone. So that would be up towards like the recent weekly high. I think it's going to continue through the rest of the week until it, or it's going to continue up until it hits that. I don't think this thing's going to be really pulling back. I mean, if you're waiting for a precise entry, wait for it to drop down to the 15-minute water. If it doesn't touch it or comes close to it, buy it. All right. If you're looking for, it's already at that high. It's either going to shoot up here, which is never a guarantee, or you can play the technicals of Forex and wait for it to pull back, and then you can rebuy it again. So that would be the best entry. Or if you really don't really care, then you can technically buy it now and just scale it as it pulls down. So you could do that trip at your own risk. Was it GJ? Yeah. Let's see what happened. I didn't look at GJ last night. Okay. So now I remember. I said that since GJ was rising, I think I said GJ was going to keep rising as well. I do believe I said that. So we did look for that. Now, I didn't look for an exact entry. I wasn't really looking at this pair. It wasn't the cleanest setup, but I did have it going up overall because GJ was going up. And looking at it now, oh, that's right. We drew this line right here, so we waited for it to break it, and it actually broke it and retested it at the same time. You see? Right across here. Here, breaks it, retests it, shot right up. So overall, did we for a nice bullish wedge here. It looked kind of played out pretty well. And now it's consolidating again. I'm going to say the same thing I said yesterday. If UJ is going to be looking for a continued rise, we're going to be looking for the same thing here on GJ as well. There is no divergence. Everything is still pointing upwards. I think it's going to shoot up towards that 144. That 144 is lined up with the recent daily high, which is 142.341. That's what you'd be looking at. EA, a pair that people are waiting for. Now, I'm looking at this now. I was looking at this thing to overall drop again. I think I was telling people to sell it sometime during this time frame. So you actually probably are either you're still at break even right now, or you took your profit as it dropped again. I don't know. But I still have this thing. Like again, guys, I'm gonna keep positive on this because right now there's nothing telling me it's gonna keep rising. The most this thing might do, the most, is go up to retest. Oops. It might go up to retest that 1 hour blueberry. Sorry. Right here. That's the most. If it does, and it does not take out this wick, doesn't take it out, you can sell it. Because this is getting ready for a here. It's your bearish channel. Okay. So it's been shooting up, trapping traders for the pullback overall. And then we'll be looking for this thing to drop again. Look how nice, look how beautiful that is. Perfect. I'm gonna look at this 1 hour again because it looked like it was actually gonna possibly could drop. if it doesn't go up to that blueberry. See, it's below the stationary 50, and it's divergent here. This thing could continue to drop if it doesn't break here, setting up for like an ugly head and shoulders if you will. So look for this to be continued sell, guys. Hold it if you're still in it. Same thing for GA. It was a nice little repay drop last night. What's this? Was the 1 hour still above the stationary 50? So it's hard to say that's going to keep dropping. Nothing's telling me. I think this thing might continue up one more night. I think it might go up to retest that blueberry. All right, so be careful, GA, especially since it's GBP there. This may overall follow EA, but it could be more volatile at times, especially with the GBP there. So just be careful on this one. I like EA better, so hold off. GZ, I said not to touch because it's in the middle, and this is exactly why we don't play it. Overall, it's been chilling. Didn't really do much. I mean, if you like to pay the smaller time fringes, you could have done this. Drawing your highs here. It draws. You draw one there. And you could have drew one here. Played high, low, sold up here, bought down there. Either way, it's still consolidating. This is kind of why I avoid pairs that are in the middle, guys, because you don't know what's going to happen. You need this thing to break out of a higher level. And looking at the 1 hour right now, this thing looks like it's actually going to continue up. So be looking for GZ to possibly keep shooting up. I think it's going to go up and retest that high after here on the weekly or daily. Probably might happen for him. Chief. I think we had the continued sell. Was dropping down. I think so. If anything, we had you go up to the water and resell it. So I didn't play this pair specifically, but I did say if it comes up to the water, doesn't break it, you take it. So it threw an evening star right here, right at the top, with a bunch of traders up to the top. They all thought it was going to be a reversal. Hopefully that was one of you guys. And continue to drop down. Now it's still above the stationary, or sorry, it's still above the pre-oversold. I still need this thing in order to even say it's going to be a buy to break that 1 hour water. If it does not break it and close above it, like and just wicks, it's not valid in my eyes. This thing needs to clearly break and then eventually shoot up. So until that happens, I'm not touching it. Or if you want to keep touching it, you can literally wait for it to break that water. If it does this shit again, there was an evening star, there was a railroad, it doesn't close above it clearly, sell it. You got nothing to go wrong when it goes against the trend, or when you're trading with the trend. All right, grab your pips and get out. And then UCAD. UCAD we had for a continued sell. I said it was going to, all you had to do was wait for it to break that water. Did, came back, we tested it, could have entered there, could have entered here. That's an evening star sauce, and it's off the water. Shot down, guaranteed. And I think we also called that if it didn't break this water and wanted to go up, it would have went up around here, right? So it didn't, clearly broke. You guys traded it, awesome. Now, long term, I still see this thing dropping. Oh, look at that daily. Do you guys see that? CAD and GBP pairs are very commonly known to throw a lot of railroads, evening stars, evening stars. It just look a lot of those specific chart patterns that we look for. And right here on the daily, it just do an evening star. So you guys are looking long term for the next couple of days for this thing to keep dropping. All right, you're gonna look for the drop. Anything right now is pulling back. So London session comes around, you see a setup on the EMAs. On that click for 5 minutes, you see a setup, sell that shit. Sell the fuck out of it. It's still going to drop. That evening star is very strong in these pairs, especially in a consolidated phase, especially if it's in a trend or a channel. So, why is this not working? Hold on, guys. Sorry. But literally, this is like the last pair. There we go. Okay. I was saying, the most you're looking for on this, hits those EMAs. If it hits it, doesn't break it, you're tanking. You're selling it. All right. So that's what you guys are gonna be looking for. That concludes tonight's chart analysis. Post it up in the group as soon as it's done loading, and get it into you guys as soon as possible. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Be careful. News in the morning. and get those pips. Peace out.